notes is like this. I got interested in it because somewhere I heard this phrase, and it kind of keeps going around in my head. In real estate, if you're going to be anything, be the bank. And I keep thinking, I was thinking about that, and I got into some reading about notes and how there's like a secondary market for real estate notes. And my only exposure to it was being, a primary homeowner and, signing my own deeds and as we bought houses, over the years. But notes was kind of, it's almost like a black art. Like there was no big community around it. You have to kind of really get in and learn. But what I found was there are ways to invest in notes that act as bonds effectively. Like most people are very used to stocks and bonds. So what I found was I ended up using this website called PaperStack, where a lot of these notes are sold and purchased, and it's kind of a brokerage or an intermediary. I found a note that was pretty small, and I just closed on it like last week, so this is really new. And it was a piece of land in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. And for those who may not know the Poconos, it's a very much a recreational area. It's about 2.5 hours north of New York City. A lot of folks go there for a variety of different reasons. There's resorts, there's hunting, there's fishing, summer sports. And I found a piece of land in an already existing subdivision, and it looked really, really good. So I had to learn again, as if I was coming in cold, as I did with, buying a long-term rental. You have to learn the vocabulary. I have to know, who do I talk to help me review a note and all the documentation that goes with it. So I had to find that. I had to find a servicer for the note. You know who you send your mortgage payment to every month? That's the servicer. So for an individual note, I didn't want to be in that business. So I paid $30 a month, but I had to go find the servicer and interview them and talk to them. But this note, as simple as it sounds, has an 18% return, which if you look at not the typical return of a stock market investment, it's 6-7%, maybe 8% good year. But this is, I'm essentially buying the note from someone, and there is already a borrower, why can I not say that word? Borrower who is paying on the note and has never missed a payment. I know who the borrower is. So we looked at the background and the history, and essentially he's making a profit because the person I bought it from someone else, and he gets to make a profit. I get to have this note, and this thing kicks out like $384 a month in straight cash. Now deduct $30 a month for the fee of the processor, but like it's better return than I can get in a bond. And it's a 5-year note, not a 30-year note. So as the capital comes in, I can recycle it and buy another note. But it's a much better return than anything else. But you had to learn all this stuff. I had to learn how to use a financial calculator, which is not hard, to be able to evaluate what the return on a note is. I didn't know how to do this 6 months ago. And then finally, I realized that there's this whole concept in software of build in public that is very popular today, of people who are building software things, and they document it publicly, both the highs and the lows. So I decided to start a subreddit related to notes investing, and all I was doing was documenting what I was learning along the way. And maybe it'll turn into a book, who knows? But for me, it was, okay, well, what does an allonge look like? An allonge is the document that accompanies a note that shows you the chain of custody. And I didn't know what one looked like. I couldn't even go find one. So I'm trying to add value in much the same way to others. Like, here's how I evaluated the servicer. Here's a list of services who I thought were good. So all of this, Ray, was kind of a big learning experience. And again, I started small. Like I started with that 1-1 duplex. Like a 15 grand note is not going to break the nest egg, but it was a fantastic learning experience about how to do this and what to look for when you buy a note.
Awesome. What I really like about you, Jeff, is that not only you're learning, but you're also sharing. You're sharing the pain points. You're sharing your journeys, just like the property management thing that we talked about. And now you're talking about this note investing, where you have documented your journey as you're learning. And I'm sure as people are reading it, and then they are also kind of chiming on it, and if you have a question, somebody's answering, or if you were like, okay, here's the three servicers, then maybe somebody else is saying, here's, by the way, here's 10 more, right?
Exactly.
And now you're documenting all that. But what goes around kind of comes around, right? So karma. So that's a good thing. I love that. So you recently closed on Node. So you took some time to educate yourself on the node building. So you have one node, or you have multiple nodes?
One note now, but now that the first payment is coming in January, so I officially take over on December 19th. It's December 7th now, so still waiting for it all to finish up and onboard the borrower to the platform of the servicer. But now that I've gone through the process and I know what the steps are, I found a great company in California that evaluates all the notes documents. Now that again, almost the same thing with a short-term rental or a long-term rental, you got a set of cleaners. Great. I buy my next short-term rental in that market. I have a cleaner already set up and ready to go. Same thing with a note. Now, if I want to buy a second note, I know who to send all the collateral to so that they can evaluate it.